So shaken as we are, so wan with care, find we a time for frightened peace to pant. No more the thirsty entrance of this soil shall daub her lips with her own children's blood. The edge of war, like an ill-sheathed knife, no more shall cut his master. Then let me hear from you, my gentle cousin Westmoreland, what yesternight our council did decree in forwarding this dear expedience.
This haste was hot in question, and many limits of the charge set down but yesternight, when all athwart there came a post from Wales, loaded with heavy news, whose worst was the noble Mortimer, leading the men of Hertfordshire against the wild and irregular Glendower, was by the rude hands of that Welshman taken. 1,000 of his people butchered, upon whose dead corpse there was such misuse, such beastly, shameless transformation by those Welshwomen done, which may not be without much shame retold or spoken. More uneven and unwelcome news came from the north, and thus it did import. On Holyrood Day, the gallant Hotspur there, young Harry Percy and brave Archibald, that ever valiant and approved Scot, at Holmdon met, where they did spend a sad and bloody hour.
Here is a dear, a true industrious friend, Sir Walter Blunt, new lighted from his horse, and he hath brought us smooth and welcome news. The Earl of Douglas is discomforted. 10,000 bold Scots, 22 knights, balked in their own blood did Sir Walter see on Holmdon's plain. Of prisoners, Hotspur took Mordig, Earl of Fife, the eldest son, to beaten Douglas, and the Earl of Athol, of Murray, Angus, and Menteith. And is this not an honourable spoil, a gallant prize? Paul, cousin, is it not?
It is in faith a conquest for a prince to boast of.
Yea. There thou makest me sad, and makest me sin and envy that my lord Northumberland should be father to so blessed a son who is the theme of honour's tongue, whilst I, by looking on the praise of him, see riot and dishonour stain the brow of my young Harry. Oh, that could be proved that some night-tripping fairy exchanged in cradle clothes our children where they lay, calling mine Percy, his Plantagenet. Then would I have his Harry, and he mine. But let him from my thoughts. What think you, cousin, of this young Percy's pride? The prisoners which he in this adventure hath surprised to his own use he keeps, and sends me word I shall have none but Mordig, Earl of Fife.
This is his uncle's teaching. This is Worcester, malevolent to you in all aspects, which makes him prune himself and bristle up the crest of youth against your dignity.
But I have sent for him to answer this. Cousin, on Wednesday next our council we will hold at Windsor. So inform the lords, but bring yourself with speed to us again. For more is to be said and to be done than out of anger can be uttered.
I will, my liege.
That which thou wouldst truly know. What a devil hast thou to do with the time of the day? Unless hours reports the sun, and minutes capons, and clocks the tongues of bawds, and divers the signs of leaping houses, and the blessed sun himself a fair hot wench in flame-colored taffeta. I can see no reason why thou shouldst be so superfluous as to demand time of day.
Indeed thou come near me now, Hal, for we that take purses go by the moon and the 7 stars, and not by Phoebus, he that wandering night so fair. But I prithee, sweet wag, when thou art king, as God save thy grace, majesty, I should say, for grace thou wilt have none.
What, none?
No, by my troth, not so much to serve to prologue to an egg and butter.
Well, how then come roundly?
Marry then, sweet wag, let not us that are squires of the knight's body be called thieves and things. Let us be Diana's foresters, gentlemen of the shade, minions of the moon, and let men say that we be men of good government,
sea being governed as the sea is by the moon.
Thou sayest true, lad. And is not my hostess of the tavern a most sweet wench?
Is not a buff jerkin a most sweet robe of durance?
How now, mad wag? What in thy quips and thy quiddities? What a plague have I to do with a buff jerkin?
What a pox have I to do with my hostess of the tavern?
Well, thou hast called her to a reckoning many a time and oft.
Have I ever called to thee to pay thy part?
No, I'll give thee thy due. Thou hast paid all there.
Yea, and elsewhere as far as my coin would stretch, and where it has not, I have used my credit.
Yea, and so use it that it were not here apparent that thou art heir apparent. But I prithee, sweet wag, will there be gallows hanging in England when thou art king? And did you not, when thou art king, hang a thief?
No, thou shalt.
Shall I? Oh, rare, by the Lord, I'll be a brave judge.
Judges false already, and thou shalt have the hanging of the thieves, and so make a rare hangman.
But how, I prithee, trouble me no more at vanity. I would to God thou and I knew where a commodity of good names could be bought. An old lord of the council raised me the other day in the street about you, sir, but I marked him not. And yet he spoke wisely, but I regarded him not. And yet he spoke wisely, and in the street too.
Thou didst well, for wisdom flies out in the street, and no man regards it.
Oh, thou hast damnable iteration in art, indeed able to corrupt a saint. Thou hast done much harm upon me, Hal. God forgive thee for it. Before I knew thee, Hal, I knew nothing. Now I am, if man may speak true, little better than one of the wicked. I must give over this life, and I will give it over. By the Lord. And do I not, I'll be damned for never a king's son in Christendom. Zoons, where thou wilt, lad, I'll make one. And do I not? Call me a villain and baffle.
I see good amendment of life in thee, from praying to purse picking.
How? 'Tis my vocation, Hal. 'Tis no sin for a man to labor in his vocation. Points! Oh, now we shall see if Gatzel is set a match.
Good morrow, Ned. Good morrow, Hal. What?
Lads, tomorrow morning, early at Gadshill, there will be pilgrims off to Canterbury with rich offerings, and traders to London with fat purses. I have news for you both. You have horses for yourselves. You shall do it as secure as sleep. If you will come with me, I will stuff your purses full of crowns. If you will not, carry it home and be hanged.
How? Will that make one?
Who I rob? I a thief. Not I by my life.
There is neither honesty, manhood, nor good fellowship in thee, nor thou camest not of the blood royal, if thou not darest stand for 10 shillings. Quit.
Sir John, leave the prince and me alone. I will lay him down such reasonings for this affair that he shall go.
Well, God give thee the spirit of persuasion, and him the ears of profiting, that what he hears may be believed, and that the true prince may, for recreation's sake, prove a false thief. Farewell! You shall find me in each cheek.
Farewell, latter spring! Farewell, all hallowed summer!
Good, sweet honey lord. Ride with us tomorrow. But I just to execute that I cannot manage alone. Falstaff, Bartle, Peto, and Gadshill shall rob those men we have already waylaid. Yourself and I will not be there. And once they have the booty, yourself and I do not rob them. Cut this head off from my shoulders.
How shall we part with them in setting forth?
We will set forth before or after them and appoint them place of meeting, wherein it is at our pleasure to fail, at which point they will venture upon the exploit themselves, which they shall have no sooner achieved than we will set upon them.
Yea, but is it not like they shall know us, by our horses, by our habits, by every appointment to be ourselves?
Such our horses will tie in the wood, they shall not see them. Our vizards we will change after seeing us. And Sirrah, have pieces of buckram finance to enmasculate outward garments.
Yea, but I doubt they shall be too hard for us.
Well, for the two of them, they are as true-bred cowards as ever turned back. And as for the third, if he fight longer than he sees reason, I'll forswear arms. The virtue of this jest will be the incomprehensible lies that same fat rogue will tell at dinner how some 40 at least he fought. What blows, what wars, what extremities he endured, and
clouds to smother up his beauty from the world, that when he please again to be himself, being wanted, he shines the brighter by breaking through the foul and ugly mists of vapors that did seem to strangle him. If all the year were playing holidays, to sport would be as tedious as to work, but when they seldom come, they wished for come, and nothing pleaseth but rare accidents. So, when this loose behavior I throw off, and pay the debt I never promised, by how much better than my word I am, by so much shall I falsify men's hopes, and like bright metal on a sullen ground, my reformation, glittering o'er my faults, will show more goodly and attract more eyes than that which hath no foil to set it off. I'll so offend to make offense a skill, redeeming time when men think least I will.
My blood has been too cold and temperate to stir at these indignities. I will from henceforth rather be myself. Our house, my sovereign liege, little deserves this scourge of greatness to be used upon it. And that same greatness which our own house hath hoped to make so portly. Worcester, get thee gone! For I do see danger and disobedience in thine eyes. You have good leave to leave us. When we have need for your use and counsel, we shall send for you. You are about to speak.
Yea, my good lord. Those prisoners in your highness' name demanded, which Harry Percy here at home did took, were not with such strength denied as is delivered to your majesty. Either envy, but therefore, or misprision, is guilty of this fault, and not my son.
My liege, I did deny no prisoner.
You did deny!
I remember when the fight was done, when I was dry with rage and extreme toil, breathless and faint, leaning upon my sword. There came a certain young lord. He was neat and trimly dressed, perfumed like a milliner. And as the soldiers' 4 dead bodies by, he called them unmannerly, untaught knaves, to bring a slovenly, unhandsome course betwixt the wind and his nobility. And I, all smarting, with my wounds being cold, to be so pestered with a popinjay out of my grief and my impatience, answered neglectingly, I know not what. And I beseech your lord, let not his report come current as an accusation betwixt my love and your high majesty.
The circumstances considered, good my lord, that whate'er Lord Percy then had said, may reasonably die, and never rise or any way impeach what then he said, so he unsay it now.
Why? Yet he doth deny his prisoners, but with proviso and exception that we on our own charge shall ransom home his brother-in-law, the foolish Mortimer, who on my soul hath willfully betrayed the lives of those he led against the great magician, down in Glendower, whose daughter, as we hear, the Earl of March hath lately married. Shall our coffers then be empty to redeem a traitor home? No. On the barren mountain let him starve, for I shall never hold a man, my friend, whose tongue shall ask for 1 penny cost to ransom home revolted Mortimer.
Revolted Mortimer! He never did fall off, my sovereign liege, but by the chance of war.
Let me not hear you speak of Mortimer. Send me your prisoners with the speediest means, or you shall hear in such a kind from me as will displease you. My lord Northumberland, we license your departure with your son. Send us your prisoners, or you will hear of it.
And if the devil himself come and roar for them, I will not send them. I will after straight and tell him so, for I will ease my heart, albeit make a hazard of my head.
What? Drunk with choler? Stay, pause a while. Here comes your uncle.
Summons. Speak of Mortimer. I will speak of Mortimer, and let my soul want mercy if I do not join with him. Yea, on his part, I will empty these veins and shed my dear blood drop by drop in the dust, but I will lift the downtrodden Mortimers high in the air then his cheek looked pale, and on my face he turned an eye of death, trembling even at the name of Mortimer.
I cannot blame him. Was he not proclaimed by Richard that dead is the next of blood?
He was. I heard the proclamation. And then it was when the unhappy king, whose wrongs in us God pardon, did set forth upon his Irish expedition, and whence he intercepted, did return, to be deposed, and shortly murdered.
And for whose death we in the world's wide mouth have scandalized and foully spoken of.
But soft, I pray you. Did King Richard then urge my brother Edmund Mortimer heir to the crown?
He did, myself did hear it.
Nay then, I cannot blame his cousin king that wished him on the barren mountain starved. But shall it be you that set the crown on the head of this forgetful man, and for his sake wear the detested bot of murderous subordination? Shall it be that you, a world of curses undergo, being the base agents or second means to put down Richard, that sweet and lovely rose, and plant this thorn, this canker, Bolingbroke? No, yet time serves wherein you may redeem yourselves. Therefore I say,
Peace, cousin, say no more. And now I will unclasp to you a secret book. Into your quick conceiving discontents I shall read you matters deep and dangerous.
send danger from the east unto the west! So cross it from the north to the south and let them grapple. Oh, the blood stirs more to rouse a lion and to start a hare.
Imagination of some great exploit drives him beyond the bounds of patience.
By heaven, methinks it were an easy leap to pluck bright honor from the pale-faced moon, or to dive into the bottom of the deep where fathom line never touched the ground, and pluck up drowned honor by the locks.
Good cousin,
Out upon this half-faced fellowship!
give me audience a while.
I cry you mercy.
Those same noble Scots that are your prisoners.
Oh, I'll keep them. You shall not have a Scot of them. I will keep them by this hand.
You start again in the no ear unto my purposes. Those prisoners you shall keep.
Oh, nay, I will. That's flat. He said he would not ransom Mortimer. Forbade my tongue to even speak of Mortimer, but I will find him where he lies asleep, and in his ear I'll holler, Mortimer. Nay, I shall have starling shall be taught nothing but to speak Mortimer, and give to him to keep his anger still in motion.
I pray you, cousin, a word.
All studies here I solemnly defy, save how to gall and pinch this Bolingbroke, and that same sword and buckler Prince of Wales. But that I think his father loves him not, would be glad he met with some mischance. I would have him poisoned with a pot of ale.
Farewell, kinsman. I'll to you when you are better tempered to attend.
Why, what a wasp-stung and impatient fool art thou to break into this woman's mood, telling thine ear to no tongue but thine own.
Good uncle, tell your tale. I have done.
Hey, if you have not to it again, we will stay your leisure.
I have done. With faith.
And once again to your Scottish prisoners. Deliver them up without their ransom stripped, and make the Douglas's son your only means for powers in Scotland, which for divers reasons, which I will send you written, shall be assured easily be granted.
I smell it. Upon my life, it will do well.
Before the game is afoot, thou still let slip.
And why, it cannot choose but be a noble plot. And then the power of Scotland to join with Mortimer, eh?
And so it shall.
Faith, it is exceedingly well aimed.
And 'tis no little reason bids us speed, to save our heads by raising of a head.
Forbear ourselves as evenly as we can. The king will have no reason other than to hold him in our debt. And see already how he doth begin to make us strangers to his looks of love.
He does. Will be revenged on him.
Cousin, farewell. No further go in this than I by letter shall direct your course. When time is ripe, which will be suddenly, I'll steal to Glendower and Lord Mortimer, but you, the Douglas, and all our powers at once shall, be assured, happily meet.
Farewell, good brother. You shall thrive, I trust.
Uncle! Adieu. Oh, let the hours be short, till fields and blows and groans applaud our sport.
Have removed faults and have forced me such a dumb velvet
Rascal, what a crawling is up here! Where's Points, Hal? What
to rob and not thieves' company. That rascal hath removed my horse and tied it I know not where. Hide! Ooh, a plague upon it when thieves cannot be true to one another. What a plague upon you all! Give me my horse, ye rogues! Give me my horse and be hanged!
Lay thine ear close to the ground and list if thou canst hear the tread of travelers.
Have you any levers to lift me up again? Be downstairs! So I do, against my will.
On with your visitors! That is money of the king's coming up the hill to go to the king's exchequer.
Lie, ye rogue, is going to the king's tavern. There's enough to make us all to be hanged.
You forefront them in the narrow lane. Ned points and I will walk lower. If they escape your encounter, they'll light on us.
How many be there of them? Some 8 or 10. Zoons, will they not rob us?
What? Coward, Sir John Punch.
Indeed, I am no John of Gaunt, your grandfather, and yet no coward.
Well, we will leave that to the proof.
Come, my master, happy man be his goal, say I, every man to his business.
I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon the lane. And hurrah! Oh, the boy will lead our horse down the hill. We'll walk a foot a while and ease our legs. Yay! I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. Thou hast the thieves bound the true men, 'cause now when I but rob the thieves, it will be laughter for a week, argument for a month, and a good jest forever! Stand closer, I'm coming!
Come, my sisters, and let us share, and then to horse before day. And if the prince and coins be not two errant cowards, there is no equity stirring. There's no more valor in that poise than in a wild duck.
Not with much ease. Now Mary's horse, how the rogue roared!
But for mine own part, my lord, I could be contented to be there out of the love and the respect that I bear your house. He could be contented. Why is he not then? Let me see some more. The purpose you undertake is dangerous, the friends you have named uncertain, the time itself unsorted, and your whole plot too light for the counterpoise of so great an opposition? Say you so? Say you so? I say unto you again, you are a shallow, cowardly hide, and you lie. What alack brain is this? By good God, our plot was as good a plot as was ever laid. Our friends true and constant. A good plot! Very good friends, and full of expectation. An excellent plot! Very good friends! Edmund Mortimer and Owen Glendower. Is there not besides the Douglas? Have I not all of their letters to meet me in arms by the 9th of next month? Ha! Hang him. Let him tell the king we are prepared. I will set forth tonight. How now, Kate? I must leave you within these 2 hours.
Oh, my good lord, why are you thus slow? For what offense have I, this fortnight, been a banished woman from my Harry's bed? Tell me, sweet lord, what is that takes thee from thy stomach, pleasure, and thy golden sleep? Why dost thou bend thine eyes upon the earth, and start so often when thou sittest alone? Why hast thou lost the fresh blood in thy and rights of thee to thick-eyed musing and cursed melancholy. In thy faint slumbers I have watched and heard thee murmur tales of iron wars, speak terms of manage to thy bounding steed, cry courage to the field. Thy spirit within thee hath been so at war, and hath so bestirred thee in thy sleep, that beads of sweat have stood upon thy brow like bubbles in a late disturbed stream. Some heavy business hath my lord in hand, and I must know it, else he loves me not.
What? Oh! Hath Butler brought the horses from the sheriff?
One horse, my lord, he brought even now.
What horse?
A roan, a crop ear, is it not? It is, my lord.
That roan shall be my throne. Well, I will back him straight. Oh, Esperance! Bid Butler bring horses forth into the park.
But hear you, my lord!
What sayest thou, my lady?
What is it that carries you away?
Why, my horse, my love, my horse.
His faith I'll know thy business, Harry, that I will. I fear my brother Mortimer doth stir about his title, and hath sent for you to line his enterprise. But if you go...
So far afoot I shall be wary, love.
Come, come, you parakeeto. Answer me directly unto this question that I ask. In faith, I'll break thy little finger, Harry, and if thou wilt not tell me all things true.
Away! Trifler! Love, I love thee not. I care not for thee, Kate. This is no world to play with mammoths and to tilt with lips. We must have bloody noses and cracked crowns and pass them current too. God's me, my horse. What sayest thou, Kate? What wouldst thou have with me?
Do you not love me? Do you not, indeed? Well, do not then, for since you love me not, I will not love myself. Do you not love me? Nay, tell me if you speak in jest or no.
Come. Wilt thou see me ride? For when I am on horseback, I will swear I love thee infinitely, Kate. But hark you, I must not have you henceforth question me thus. Whither I go, nor reason whereabout. Whither I must. And to conclude, this evening I must leave you, gentle Kate. Know you wise, yet no farther wise than Harry Percy's wife. Constant you are, and yet a woman. And for secrecy, no lady closer, for I will believe that thou wilt not utter what thou dost not know. And so far I will trust you, gentle Kate.
How? So far?
And not an inch farther. But hark you, Kate. Whither I go, thither you shall go too. Today I set forth, tomorrow you. Will this content you, gentle Kate?
It must, of force. That though I be but Prince of Wales, yet I am king of courtesy, and tell me flatly that I am no proud jack like Falstaff, but a Corinthian, a lad of metal, a good boy, my lord, so they call me. And when I am king of England, I shall command all the good lads of Eastcheap. To conclude, I am so good a proficient in 1/4 of an hour that I can drink with any tinker in his own language during my life. Yes. To drive away the time till Falstaff come, do thou stand in some by-room whilst I question my puny tapster, and do thou never leave calling Francis, that his tale to me may be nothing but a nod. Stand by, I will show thee a precedent.
Francis!
That's perfect! Francis! Come hither, Francis!
My lord?
How long hast thou to serve, Francis?
Forsooth, 5 years. And
Francis!
Announcer!
5 years, per lady, a long lease for the clinking of pewter. But, Francis, durst thou be so valiant as to play the coward with thy indenture, and show it a fair pair of heels and run from it?
Oh, Lord, sir. I'll be sworn upon all the books in England I could find it in my heart.
Francis!
Announcer!
How old art thou, Francis?
Let me see. About Michaelmas next, I shall be...
Francis!
Announcer! Pray, stay a little, my lord.
I will give thee for that sugar 1,000 pounds. Ask me when thou wilt, thou shalt have it. Francis!
Announcer!
Anon, Francis! No, Francis, but tomorrow, Francis! Or Francis on Thursday, 13th. Francis, when thou wilt, but... Francis.
But, sir...
Francis! Go, you girls! Did not hear them call? Francis! Francis!
Standest thou still and hearest not the call? Look to the guest within! I look. Old Sir John and half a dozen more are at the door. Shall I let them in?
Let them alone a while and then open the door. Quiet! Anon, sir! Falstaff and the rest of the thieves are at the door. Shall we be merry?
As merry as crickets, my lad. Well, come, mate, what's this jest of the chapster? Come, what's the issue?
Oh, that ever this fellow should have fewer words than a parrot, and yet the son of a woman. But I am not yet of Percy's mind. The Hotspur of the North. He who kills me some 6 or 7 dozen of Scots at a breakfast, washes his hands and says to his wife, "Fie upon this quiet life, I want work."
Oh, my sweet Harry.
How many hast thou killed today? Give my roan horse a drench, quoth he. 15, an hour after. A trifle, a trifle. Holy Falstaff, that I'll play Percy, that damn bronze to play Dame Mortimer, his wife.
Where the horn, it was the Christ when you were born. Your father's father wore it, and your mother wore it too. Hal and Joe, jolly rumbaloo, we were up long before the day. Oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the day. Oh, for summer is a
drunk today.
Good, thy lips are scarce wiped since thou drank last.
All's one for that! A plague of all cowards, I say still.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? 4 of us here have paid £1,000 this day morning.
Well, where is it, Jack? Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it? Taken from us it is! 100 upon poor 4 of us.
What, 100, man?
I am a rogue if I were not at half sword with a dozen of them 2 hours together. I have escaped by miracle. I was 6 times thrust through the doublet, 8 through the hose, my sword, like a handsaw. I never dealt better since I was a man. All would not do. A plague of all cowards, still say I. Let them speak. If they speak more or less than true, they are villains and sons of darkness.
Speak, sirs, how else?
We've whores and runs them dozen 16. Yes, my lord.
Fought you with them all?
Oh, I know not what you call all, but if I fought not with 50 of them, I am a bunch of radish. If there were not 2 or 3 and 50 upon poor old Jack, then I am no two-legged creature.
Well, pray God you have not murdered some of them.
Oh, that's past praying for. Never 2 of them. 2 of them I am sure I have paid 2 rogues in buckram suits. I tell you what, Hal, if I tell thee a lie, spit in my face and call me a horse. These 4 rogues in buckram that I told thee of.
4? Thou saidst but 2 even now.
4, Hal, I told thee 4. These 4 came all front and mainly thrusted me, and made me no more ado but took all their 7 points at my target thus.
7? Thou saidst but 4 even now.
7! By the hilts, or I am a villain else.
Peace, we shall have more in one.
These 9 in buckram that I told thee of. But I followed me close, found me foot in hand, with a thought of the 7 of the 11 that I paid.
11 buckram men will do.
But, as the devil would have it, 3 misbegotten knaves in candle green came at my back and were driving me, for it was so dark, Hal, that thou couldst not see thy own hand.
These lies are like their father that begets them.
This
help
house is a mountain.
Why, thou clay-brained nuts, thou naughty painted rascal, thou coarse and obscene, grease-tallow cat!
Art thou mad? Is not the truth the truth?
How couldst thou know these men in Kendall Green when it was so dark thou couldst not see thy hand? Come, your reason, Jack.
What? Upon compulsion? Give you reason upon compulsion? If reasons were as plentiful as blackberries, I'd give no man a reason upon compulsion.
I will no longer be guilty of this sin. This sanguine coward, this bed presser, this horseback breaker, this huge hill of flesh.
You starving! You elf skin! You dried meat tongue! You for breath to utter what is like thee! You careless yard! You sheep! You bootcase! You vile standing duck! You
will breathe a while and then chew it again. Tired myself in British comparisons. Hear me speak but this. We 2 saw you 4 set on 4 and bound them and were masters of their wealth. Mark now how a plain tale shall put you down. Then did we 2 set on you 4, and with a word outfaced you from your prize, and have it, yea, can show it you here in the house. And with as quick dexterity and run and roar for mercy as ever I have heard bull calf. But what slave art thou to hack thy sword as thou hast done, and say it was in fight? Come, what trick, what device, what starting hole canst thou now find out to hide thee from this open and apparent shame? Your reason, Jack?
By the Lord.
I knew ye as well as he had made you! Yes! Hear me, my masters! Was it for me to kill the heir apparent? Should I turn her? Thou knowest I'm as valiant as Hercules, but beware instinct! The lion will not turn upon the true prince of the valley of
you are lions too. You ran away upon instinct. You will not touch the true prince. No.
Faith, I ran when I saw others.
Oh! Tell me now in earnest. How came Falstaff's sword so hacked?
Why, he hacked it with his dagger and said he would swear truth out of England, but if you would persuade you it was done in a fight, it persuaded us to do the like.
Yea, that you tickle our noses with spear grass to make them bleed, and then to beslubber our garments with it and swear it was the blood of true men. But I did that. I did not the 7 years before. I blushed to hear his monstrous devices.
Villain, thou stolest a cup of sack 18 years ago, and wert taken with the manor. And ever since thou hast blushed extempore.
Oh.
Here comes he, Jack! Here comes Tell me, Jack, how long is to go since thou sawest thine own knee?
My own knee! When I was about 9 years, Hal, I was not an eagle's talon in the waist. A plague of sighing and grief. It blows up a man like a bladder. There's villainous news abroad. You must to court in the morning. Worcester was stolen away tonight. Thy father's beard has turned white with the news. But tell me, Hal, wert thou not horribly afeared? Thou being heir apparent, could the world pick out 3 such enemies again as that fiend Douglas, that stupid Percy, and that devil Glendower? Art thou not horribly afraid?
Not a whit, i' faith. I lack some of thy instinct.
Well, thou wert be horribly chid tomorrow when thou comest to thy father. If you love me, practice an answer.
Do thou stand for my father, and question me on the particulars of my life.
Oh, shall I? This chair shall be my stick. And here is my speech. Stand aside, nobility.
Yes, sir, this is excellent sport, I say.
Peace, good kind pot. Peace, good tickle brain. I do not only marvel where thou spendest thy time, but also how thou art accompanied. If then thou be son to me, answer me this. Should the son of Wales prove a false thief and take Persis? A question to be asked. And yet, there is a virtuous man who I've often noted in thy company, but I know not his name.
What manner of man?
A good, portly man, if faith, and corpulent, of a pleasing eye, a cheerful look, and a most noble carriage, and his age some 50, or quite a lady, inclining to 60. And now I remember me. His name is Falstaff. If that man should be so lewdly given, he deceiveth me for Harry. I see virtue in his looks. I speak it. There is virtue in that Falstaff. Keep with him, the rest banish. And now, tell me now, thou naughty varlet, where hast thou been this past month?
Dost thou speak like a king? Do thou stand for me, I'll play my father.
Behold! If thou do it half so gravely, so majestically, both in word and manner, hang me up by my heels for a rabbit sucker or a poulter's hand.
Well, here I am set.
And here I stand. Judge, my masters.
Now, Harry, whence come you?
My noble lord,
From Eastcheap. Plains I hear of thee are grievous.
blood, my lord, they are false.
Swear'st thou, ungracious boy, henceforth ne'er look on me. There is a devil haunts thee in the likeness of an old fat man. A ton of man is thy companion. Why dost thou converse with that trunk of humors, that bolting hot of beastliness, that swollen parcel of drops, that huge bombard of sack? Wherein is he good but to taste sack and drink it? Wherein need and to carve a capon and eat it? Wherein cunning but in craft? Wherein crafty but in villainy? Wherein villainous but in all things? Wherein worthy but in nothing?
And would your lord take me with you? Who means your grace?
That villainous, abominable misleader of youth! Falstaff.
My lord, the man I know. such do witness it, but to say that he is, saving your reverence, a whoremaster, that I utterly deny. If sack and sugar be a fault, God help the wicked! If to be old and merry is a sin, then many an old host I know is dead. No, my good lord, banish Peto, banish Bardolph, and banish Hawks! For sweet Jack Falstaff, kind Jack Falstaff, true Jack Falstaff, valiant Jack Falstaff, and being more valiant as he is banish not him, thy Harry's company. Banish not him, thy Harry's company. Banish plump Jack, and banish all the world.
I do. I will.
My lord! The sheriff with the most monstrous watches at the door! Out you go, plaza play! I have much to say on behalf of this Falstaff!
My lord, the sheriff and all the watch are at the door. They say they've come to search the house. Shall I let them in? Hide behind the arras. The rest, walk in. Now my masters, for a true face and a good conscience.
Both of which I have had, but the time is out. Therefore, don't hide me.
Let them in. What's up with me, sir?
First, pardon me, my noble lord. A hue and cry have followed certain men unto this house.
What men?
One of them, you know well, a gross fat man.
The man, I do assure you, is not here. For I myself have at this time employed him.
2 gentlemen in this robbery have lost 300 mark.
If ye have robbed these men, ye shall be answerable. And so farewell.
Good night, my gracious lord.
I think it be good morrow, is it not?
Indeed. 'Tis but 2 o'clock.
This oily rascal's known as well as Paul's. Go call him for it.
Falstaff? Fast asleep behind the arrow, snorting like a horse.
Let him sleep till day.
I'll to court in the morning. We must all to the wars, and my charge therein shall be honorable. I'll procure this fat rogue a charge of foot, and an oath's death will be a march of 12 score.
The money will be paid back again, with advantage. Be with me betimes in the morning, Peter. So good night.
Good morrow, my lord.
Of all the money I ever had, spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all.
These promises are fair, these parties short, our induction full of prosperous hope.
Lord Mortimer. And Owen Glendower. And Uncle Worcester, a plague upon it, I forgot the map.
No, you're just... Come, Cousin Percy. Come, good Cousin Hotspur. For by that name, as oft as Lancaster doth speak of you, his cheek looks pale, with a rising sigh. He wisheth you in heaven.
And you in hell, as oft he hears own Glendower spoke of.
I cannot blame him, for at my birth the front of heavens were full of fiery shapes, of burning crescents, and at my nativity the frame and huge foundation of the earth shaked like a coward.
Why? So it would have done in the same season if your mother's cat had but kittens, though yourself had never been born.
I say, the earth did shake when I was born.
And I say, the earth was not of my mind. If you suppose as fearing you, it should.
The front of heavens were full of fiery shapes.
Oh, then the earth shook to see the heavens on fire, and not in fear of your nativity.
Cousin, of many men, I do not bear these crossings, but give me leave to tell you once again that at my birth, the front of heavens were full of fiery shapes. The goats ran from the mountains. The birds were strangely clamorous to the frightened fields. These signs have marked me extraordinary. All the courses of my life do show that I am not in the role of common man.
I think there's no man speaks better Welsh.
Dinner. Peace, Cousin Percy. You will make him mad.
I can call spirits from the vasty deep!
Why? So can I. Or so can any man. But will they come when you do call for them?
Cousin, I can teach thee to command the devil.
And I can teach thee to shame the devil by telling truth. Tell truth and shame the devil. If thou hast the power to raise him, break him hither.
Come, no more of this unprofitable chat.
Come to the map. Shall we divide our rights according to our threefold order attained?
The Archdeacon hath divided it into 3 limits very equally. England, from Trent and Severn hitherto by south and east, is to my part assigned. All westward, Wales beyond the Severn shore, and all the fertile land within that bound to Owen Glendower, and, dear cuz, to you, the remnant northward lying off from Trent. Tomorrow, Cousin Percy, you and I and my good Lord of Worcester shall set forth to meet your father and the Scottish power, as is appointed us at Shrewsbury. My father Glendower is not ready yet, not shall we do it here these 14 days. Within that space you may have drawn together your tenants, friends, and neighboring gentlemen.
Shorter time will send me to you, lords, and in my conduct shall your ladies come, from whom you must now steal and take no leave. For there'll be a world of water shed upon the parting of your wives and you.
Methinks, my moiety, north from Burton here, in quantity equals not one of yours. See how this river comes me cranking in and cuts me from the best of all my land? I shall have the current, in this place, dammed up, and here this smug and silver Trent shall run a new channel, fair and even. It shall not wind with such deep intent to rob me of so rich a bottom there.
Not mind. It shall. It must. You see it doth.
Yea, but mark how he bears his course with a like advantage on the other side, gelding the opposed continent as much as on the other side it takes from you.
Yea, but a little charge shall trench him here, and on this north side win this cape of land, and then it runs straight and even.
I'll have it so. A little charge will do it.
I'll not have it altered.
Will not you?
No, nor you shall not.
Who shall say thee nay?
Why, that will I.
I don't care. I'll give thrice so much land to any well-deserving friend. But in a way of bargain, mark ye me, I'll cavil on the 9th part.
The moon shines fair. You may away by night. I'll haste rider in withal. Break with your wives and your departure hence. I'm afraid my daughter will run mad, so much she doteth on her Mortimer.
My Cousin Percy, you crossed my father!
I cannot choose. Sometimes he angers me.
I warrant you, that man is not alive. Might so have tempted him as you have done, without the taste of danger or reproof. But do not use it oft, let me entreat you.
Well, I am schooled. Good manners be your speed. Here come our wives. Let us take our good leave.
This is the deadly spite that angers me. My wife can speak no English, I know Welsh.
Oh, my daughter weeps. She'll not part with you. She'll be a soldier too. She'll to the wars.
Good father, tell her that she and my sister Percy shall follow in your conduct speedily.
Rundiger, you babe, poor Titan.
It's so lucky mine!
Oh!
I understand thy kisses and thou mine, and that's a feeling, a disputation. But I will never be a truant love till I have learned thy language. For thy tongue makes Welsh as sweet as ditties highly penned, sung by a fair queen the summer's night. Oh, I am ignorant and
She bids you on the wanton rushes lay down your head on her lap, and she will sing the song that pleases you, crowning your eyelids with the god of sleep, churning your blood with pleasing heaviness, making such difference betwixt wake and sleep as is the difference betwixt day and night, the hour before the heavenly harvest-stream begins his golden progress in the east.
With all my heart I'll sit and hear her sing. By that time will our book, I think, be drawn.
Come, Kate. Thou art perfect at lying down. Come, that I may lay my head in thy lap.
Go, ye giddy goose. Lie still and hear the Welsh lady sing.
I'd rather, my brach, hear the lady howl in Irish.
Wouldst thou have thy head broken?
No.
Then be still.
Peace, she sings.
And all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they wish me one more day to stay. Since it falls unto night, that you should get, I gently rise and softly call, my light and joy be to
Come, Kate. I will have your song too.
Not mine in good sooth.
Not yours, in good sooth. You swear like a comfort maker's wife. Come, sing.
I will not sing.
And the indentures be drawn. I'll away within these 2 hours. And so, come in when you will.
Come, Lord Mortimer. You are as slow as hot, Lord. Percy is on fire to go. Our book is drawn, will but seal, and then to horse immediately.
with all my heart. I know not whether God will have it so, for some displeasing service I have done, that in his secret doom from my blood he'll breed revengement and a scourge from me. But thou dost, in thy passage of life, make me believe that thou art only marked for the hot vengeance and rod of heaven to punish my mistreatings.
So please, your majesty, I would I could quit all offences with as clear excuses. Doubtless I can purge myself of many I am charged withal.
God pardon thee! Yet let me wonder, Harry, at thy affections, which do hold a wing quite from the flight of all thy ancestors. Thy place in council thou hast rudely lost, which by thy younger brother is supplied, and art almost an alien to the hearts of all the court and princes of my blood. The hope and expectation of thy time is ruined, and the soul of every man prophetically doth bethink thy fall. For thou hast lost thy princely privilege with vile participation. Not an eye which is aweary of thy common sight save mine, which hath desired to see thee more, which now doth that I would not have it do, may blind itself with foolish tenderness.
I shall hereafter, my thrice gracious lord, be more much
For all the world! As thou art to this hour, was Richard then, when I from France set foot at Ravensper. And even as I was then, is Percy now. Now, by my scepter, and my soul to boot, he hath more worthy interest in the state than thou, the shadow of succession. Through all the kingdom that acknowledged Christ, thrice hath this Hotspur, Mars in swaddling clothes, this infant warrior through his enterprises, discomforted great Douglas, taken him once, enlarged him and made a friend of him, to fill the mouth of deep defiance up, and to shake the peace and safety of our throne. But wherefore do I tell these news to thee? Thou that art like enough, through vassal fear, base inclination, and the start of spleen, to fight against me under Percy's pay, to dog his heels and curtsy at his frowns, to show how much thou art degenerate.
God think so. You shall not find it so. And God forgive them that have so much swayed your majesty's good thoughts away from me. I will redeem all this on Percy's head, and in the closing of some glorious day be bold to tell you that I am your son, when I shall wear a garment all of blood, and stain my favors in a bloody mask, which scoured away shall wash my shame with it. For that will be the day whene'er it lights that this same child of honor and renown, the gallant Hotspur, this all-praised knight, and your unthought of Harry chance to meet. For every honor sitting on his helm, would they were multitudes, and on my head my shames redoubled. For the time will come that I will make this northern youth exchange his glorious deeds for my indignity.